Love has many forms, many faces, many voices, and countless gifts.
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach, when feeling out of sight for the ends of being and ideal grace. I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need, by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from praise. I love thee with a passion put to use in my old griefs and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with a love I seem to lose, with my lost saints. I love thee with the breath, smile, tears of all my life. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death.
When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. Love has no desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love and must needs have desires, let these be your desires, to melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night, to know the pain, too much tenderness, to be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willingly and joyfully, to wake at dawn with a winged heart, and give thanks for another day of loving, to rest at the noon hour, and meditate love's ecstasy, to return home at eventide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart, and a song of praise upon your lips.
Gifts. I gave my first love laughter. I gave my second love tears. I gave my third love silence through all the years. My first love gave me singing, my second eyes to see. But oh, it was my third love who gave my soul to me.
From Corinthians. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious, or boastful, or arrogant, or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never ends. But as the prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. And now, faith, hope, and love abide, these three. And all these, the greatest is love.
Some of the truest words I have ever encountered about love were written by Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity. Of all the attributes of God, love is undoubtedly the most beautiful. In divine mind, love is the power that joins and binds in divine harmony the universe and everything in it. Divine love is impersonal. It loves for the sake of loving. It is not concerned with what or who it loves, nor with the return of love. Like the sun, its joy is in the shining forth of its nature. Like the sun, its joy is in the shining forth of its nature. Charles Fillmore is writing about our nature, your nature, yours and mine. It is our nature to embrace, to illuminate, to love. That is our very nature. Nothing more and absolutely nothing less. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore explicitly set out with a mission. Their mission was to create a practical science of spiritual growth. It was a science of applied love. How do we show up each day and realize our nature more easily, more fluidly, more fully? How do we do that? Everything they did had that as their point of conscious focus. How can we be more loving? One-on-one and all together. Well, as this was their mission and as they were open to everything going on in life, all of science and technology, discovery, they would absolutely love the work that is being done today, the scientific work that is being done today by psychologists and physicists and biologists. And they would love Dr. Bruce Lipton's latest book called The Biology of Belief. And in it, Dr. Lipton talks about the relationship of our cells, not just these cells, our cells, to love. And I want to share a little bit of this with you today. And for this, I'm going to need some assistance. Now, I know that you had a fall. Can you walk up here? Quentin, will you join us? Yeah? Yeah. Please. So, as I said, I need some help. Can you lend me 50 trillion? Sure. Thank you. Perfect. And you know you have 50 trillion to share.
Absolutely.
Yes, she does. 50 trillion what?
Heartthrobs.
Heartthrobs. I accept. I accept. You also have 50 trillion cells.
Oh, wow. Okay, that too.
So you standing here right now are 50 trillion cells.
Wow.
Have you ever been in love?
Oh, yes.
I know that. I know that. Dr. Lipton talks about the relationship between those 50 trillion cells of yours and love. And when you are in love, those 50 trillion cells are showing up like miniature yous. Those 50 trillion cells are in love as well. He calls it the honeymoon effect. Do you remember when you met this gentleman?
Well, very well.
Yeah. I'm going to guess when you met him that everything in your life was brighter, sweeter, more alive. I'm going to guess that your food tasted better, that you were willing to, you might have even tried out some new clothes, or not, that you were willing to engage in some new activities, and I bet, I'm not a gambling man, but I would put heavy money on this, that you made more time for pleasure when you met this man. And that at that time in your life, things that the day before may have seemed like insurmountable problems, shortly after meeting this man, seemed absolutely manageable or either irrelevant. That's true? Yeah. This is the honeymoon effect. It's the honeymoon effect. You know that your heart was involved in that process, and you know that your head was involved in that process. But at the same time, all those 50 trillion cells, they were going, atta girl, yippee, yahoo! All of those cells were screaming love. They were vibrating at the frequency of love. They were like, every 50 trillion of those cells were like tiny little Valentine hearts, resonating and pulsating with love. That's the honeymoon effect. And the honeymoon never need end. It never need end. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. I know that all those cells were working together. They were working together, helping pulse blood through you, move air through you, digest your food, widen your pupils. He is a pretty handsome guy, is he not? Thank you very much. Here's a little bit of the science. Now, some of you love it, and some of you don't. I'm asking you, just go with me. This is a little bit of science about how this works. Because I think we tend to believe that when it comes to love, it's a matter of the heart and hopefully the head as well. But what science is showing us is that it's a full body experience. Every part of your body is engaged in it, and every part of your body has an intelligence in it. Every one of those cells has an intelligence of love. So, the building block of life are proteins. And what proteins do is form themselves into organic wire structures. And those organic wire structures move. See, most scientists agree, and even philosophers and theologians agree, that a practical definition of manifest life is movement. Life means movement. With movement, there's change. And so these structures move as they are affected by the environment. So I want each one of you right now to become a protein. So put your hands up. Now, from this side of the room over, you are going to be protein receptors. Okay? And you're going to be protein enactors. So we have receptors and enactors. So if I am somebody that you know and some respect, and I say to you, remember you're protein receptors, you're protein enactors, and I say to you, I love you. You're going to bodily receive that, yeah. You're going to catch that. You're going to catch that I love you vibration, and you're going to throw it over to the protein enactors. Catch it. Catch it. Okay, now you're going to start vibrating. You enactors, you're going to start vibrating with the frequency of love, and you're going to transmit that to the brain. Throw it out to the brain. Great, the brain's going to get it. The brain's going to translate that energy, and the brain is going to, the mind is going to start affecting the body. Everybody, come on, everybody's vibrating now. It's going to start affecting the body to create the same chemical reality in the body that the proteins, the message came from the proteins. Got it? Hands down.